Hello, good day, everyone. I am good news from the King's Farm and Industry. It's another day again, and today I want to quickly look into soil contamination. Yesterday, I uploaded a video of the farm we went to go and rescue from higher mortality at Ogun State, and I've been receiving series of threats from different persons. Okay, messaging me on WhatsApp and direct calls, asking me to stop posting those kind of videos. Okay, that I'm actually destroying this business. Posting those videos telling people exactly what is going on in snail farming. I've told them I won't stop. I want to say a very big thank you to Engineer Theocracy from S&T. Thank you very, very much today. Okay. Today, let's go straight to what we are going into because these people losing this high amount of money, they are our brothers here in Nigeria. Even if they're based in diaspora, they are still our person. So before you threaten me again, I want you to ask yourself this question. These people losing this amount of money, we are looking at 10 million and above, 5 million and above. If they were your family members, will you be happy? Answer that question before you call me to threaten me again. Now, let's quickly look into soil contamination. This is the reason snails die more in intensive system than the extensive. I'm not saying snails don't die in extensive system. Okay, in livestock, there is a mortality percentage that have been set by the professionals themselves, which is 5%. And for those of you who are just coming into the business, then we cannot give you 10%, which means out of every 100 snails, 10 will die naturally. Okay, in a case where we have 90 snails dying out of 100, wow, there's something wrong here. And that is what is going on in the intensive system, where you have one out of 100 people that will invest, 99 are complaining, they are crying, they run into debt, while one is saying it is working. Okay, now let's quickly go into the soil contamination, which we've talked about. In intensive system, you treat soil. In the extensive, we don't treat soil. That's one. And snails are animals that rely on their environment for their survival. Okay, they rely on the health of the soil for their survival. They rely on the microorganisms around their environment to survive. They rely on the moisture in their environment to survive. They rely on their environment generally for survival. So if their environment doesn't meet up with the requirements for their survival, they will die. You see where the issue is. And then during soil treatment in intensive system, because we've practiced it for years and we know what it is, you expose the soil to heat. And when we talk of heat, we are talking about heat above 70% Fahrenheit, either by cooking or by frying. This way, all the microorganisms living within the soil will die, and all the nutrients within the soil will dissolve. So what you have here now is nutrients less soil. That's what you have there. Filled with carbon if fried. Then you will now introduce this to your pen. That's one of the first challenge you're gonna have. Then after this now, the snail will now start pooing in the pen. One thing you need to know is that snail poo is acidic and is highly toxic to the snails themselves. It kills snails faster than food poisoning. So when they poo in that soil, and in the process of you searching for eggs, the poo will begin to mix with the soil. As the poo on the leaves, as you are wetting it, it will begin to dissolve and leak into the soil. First of all, we are talking about soil that doesn't have any nutrients. We are talking about soil that doesn't have any microorganisms living within it, whether beneficial or harmful microorganisms at the moment. Now the soil is now being exposed to acid properties, acidic properties in the form of snail poo. So at this time, the soil is contaminated. So no matter how you try to sustain the snail here, as far as they are still on that soil, they will die. And we've been told that in the space of 3 months, in the space of 3 months to 4 months, you change your soil. In the space of 2 weeks, the new soil is already filled up with enough acid that can kill the snails. So today you pick one snail dead, tomorrow you pick another one, next tomorrow you pick another one, the other day, another day you pick another one for no reason. The more they crawl on the soil, the more they have contact with these acidic properties that have been leaked from their poo to the soil, that have contaminated the soil, the more they begins to die. And don't forget also, snail doesn't feed on soil. Snail extracts nutrients from soil. So in the process of them searching for nutrients in the soil which is no longer available, or else maybe you sprinkle calcium. In the process of them trying to extract those calcium, then you start extracting these acidic properties in the soil. So this is one of the reasons in intensive system, mortality is not something you cannot rule out of. When we talk about high mortality, daily mortality. But in the extensive system, we don't treat soil. What we do is soil preparation, then we boost the soil nutrients. Then the microorganisms, they are still there because they have their place and they have their work. This is why we recommend the extensive system. When we talk about the greenhouse. So this is why we recommend it. Just like this one now, you can see from here to the dark side, the snails have space to move around. Enough space. So they can be one can be here today, tomorrow is on the other side. So the moment the snail poo here, we have different microorganisms, beneficial and harmful microorganisms that begins to feed on the poo. Okay, we have different insects that doesn't kill the snails, like we have earthworm and other insects that will dissolve the poo, break it down to the position where the soil can actually take its nutrient from it, the nutrient it needs from it, and then release these nutrients to the plant. You see what we are talking about? And in turn, the plants serve as feed to the snails. So this is the reason we'll continue to tell you. You cannot compare the intensive with the extensive. It's never possible. It's never possible. It's never possible. The relationship between snail and plant is like the relationship between man and plant. Man can't survive without plants. Snails can't survive without plants. The man needs oxygen from the plant. The plant needs carbon dioxide from man. So this is the same relationship the snails have with the plants and the soil. So the waste that is actually acidic, the microorganisms and other insects will break it down for the soil, and then in turn the plant will receive the nutrient from the soil and provide enough feed for the snails, provide enough shade for the snails. That is it, nothing much more than that. You see, so for those of you saying we don't know what we are saying, we know exactly what we are saying. If you want to survive in this business, okay, I will encourage you, if you have not set up your farm before, go for extensive system, greenhouse. I've told you before, I'm not doing this because we need business. Locate anyone that you know that can construct the greenhouse for you. Let them construct a very good greenhouse for you that have the capacity to resist insect invasion. Okay, and if you are already in the intensive system, if you are already in the intensive system. I will advise you, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. Invest in soil maintenance. It's not going to be easy as you are still practicing it. Invest in soil maintenance. Then after this, look for a way, please. Begin to look for how you can set up, even if it's a mini greenhouse at the side of your, a mini greenhouse, and then so that you can be transferring the snails from the intensive system to the greenhouse. Thank you very much. And once again, I am good news from the King's Farm and Industry.